From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, November 19th. A warmer day today. Highs will climb into the low 60s, but it's going to be incredibly windy with sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour and gusts up to 50 miles per hour. We've been following breaking news this morning, COVID-19 vaccine news. AstraZeneca and Oxford University report an important step toward protecting people who are most vulnerable. This is the vaccine that IU Health is helping to test. The results are just out, published in the journal Lancet. The study says early results show the vaccine can help people, including those older than 70, build robust immunity. Older people are, of course, most at risk to severe cases and death. So the director of the effort tells Reuters full final results should be ready by Christmas. And a transition some parents have been dreading. Schools nationwide and here in central Indiana are halting in-person classes as the coronavirus cases rise. Avon High School students will stay at home today. School leaders say remote learning will last for 2 weeks. At least 7 students have tested positive, with other students and staff in quarantine. Hamilton Southeastern Elementary and intermediate schools also start e-learning today because there are just not enough substitute teachers. All pre-K through 6th grade will learn from home until at least December 4th. Some help could be coming for families. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett is set to make an announcement tomorrow morning about community learning sites. Kentucky is shutting down all in-person learning starting Monday. Governor Andy Beshear says children are resilient, but they are also sacrificing a lot. And one of the first big U.S. school systems to bring students back to the classroom this fall is now sending them back home as well. New York City's 7-day average reached the 3% positive testing rate threshold. Educators are calling on New Yorkers to now hunker down. New York joins other large school districts like Boston and Detroit that have taken students out of the classroom. And the U.S. is dealing with its deadliest coronavirus day in more than 6 months. Data from Johns Hopkins University shows 1,707 new reported deaths yesterday. That's at least one every minute of the day. More than 250,000 Americans have now died with the virus. One of the recent deaths is hitting families and friends at Hamilton Southeastern schools very hard. Pam Podney was the head cook at Thorpe Creek Elementary. The district says she died Tuesday from COVID-19. Superintendent Dr. Alan Borff tweeted the news yesterday morning. Podney worked with the district for 8 years. We spoke with a healthcare worker who grew up in Fisher. She's urging everyone who may be growing weary of the pandemic to not forget the victims. And Indiana just reported one of its deadliest updates with 60 new deaths confirmed. As of now, the state is reporting 6,143 people have died from the virus in Indiana. State officials are sharing a healthcare worker's perspective on the pressure of the pandemic. According to State Health Commissioner Dr. Chris Box, daily hospital admissions are at their highest level since the start of the health crisis. Box says she continues to hear about exhausted nurses and doctors. Patients are having to wait in the emergency department because there are no beds. Dr. Box says people should not go to the emergency room to get tested for COVID-19. ERs should be used by people with life-threatening symptoms. A firefighter from Indiana is helping the president-elect get a frontline view of the crisis. Anthony Murray is a union president for firefighters in Hamilton County. He joined a roundtable discussion with other emergency workers. Murray says personal protective equipment is his biggest concern, pointing out that most PPE is made to use once, but firefighters and medics are reusing it a number of times. Murray also says fire departments must navigate a competitive open market to get PPE. He also pressed Biden to make sure emergency workers get a COVID-19 vaccine first. Under Indiana's vaccine plan, first responders would get vaccinated after healthcare workers and people who are especially vulnerable to the virus. And a powerful group is pushing for the presidential transition to start. The National Association of Manufacturers is directly appealing to the General Services Administration, which has not yet cleared the changes to begin. The manufacturers group writes, "It's imperative that our nation has a president and advisors who are fully prepared to lead our nation on Inauguration Day, given the magnitude of the challenges ahead and the threats to our economic and national security, and most importantly to the public health." The group also calls on the Trump administration to cooperate with President-elect Biden's transition team.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. the exquisitely talented Philippa Soo, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
Local and national retailers are limiting certain products with the holiday season in mind. Kroger says the approach comes from lessons learned at the beginning of the pandemic. Toilet paper, paper towels, and cleaning products are limited to 2 packages per customer. 2 Krogers in central Indiana, the limit is actually just 1 package per trip. Kroger officials want to reassure customers there is plenty of product in the supply chain, but they thought it would be wise to be proactive and put the policy in place now. Employees start planning for the holidays months ago. Special sales will be going throughout the season, and there's also a push to add more associates to various stores. Kroger is encouraging customers to order items early, whether using the website or the Kroger app. For those worried about shopping in store, a curbside option is available through the app. Instacart it can bring groceries right to your home, or there's the option of Kroger Ship. The store can send grocery items from distribution centers directly to a customer's home. The largest retailer in the country, Walmart, is now reporting a lot of empty shelves at stores all throughout the country. They're reporting shortages of toilet paper and cleaning products, claiming supply chains haven't caught up with demand, which makes those items harder to stock in certain locations with sharp spikes in new COVID-19 cases. Walmart doesn't have a policy on purchase limits yet for customers like Kroger. Store managers do have the authority to change that based on specific needs. Kroger officials want to encourage customers to only buy what you need. This helps reduce the potential for food waste if shoppers discover they bought too much as well. All right, now to business headlines. Apple will pay $113 million to settle allegations from 33 U.S. states and the District of Columbia that it slowed down iPhones to mask battery issues and get users to purchase new devices. The deal, with a coalition led by Arizona, Arkansas, and Indiana, is separate from a proposed settlement Apple reached in March to pay affected iPhone owners up to $500 million to stem a class action. The iPhone maker said that starting next year, it will collect 15% rather than 30% of App Store sales from companies that generate no more than $1 million in revenue. Carnival Cruise Line has suspended all U.S. sailings through January. The increase in cases forced Carnival to just shut down for the rest of the year. It says it's committed to meeting the CDC requirements and keeping guests and business partners informed of progress. More than 400 Southwest mechanics get furlough warnings as cost-cutting talks falter. Talks will continue with pilot and flight attendant groups. Southwest is poised to have its first ever furloughs unless work groups reach cost-cutting deals. Another 700,000 Americans likely filed for jobless benefits last week. The weekly jobless claims numbers are still historically high, but have been slowly trending down. The worry is that with new lockdowns starting, that number could start to creep back up again. And people are still using some really bad passwords. After analyzing nearly 300 million passwords leaked during 2020 data breaches, NordPass and partners found that the most common passwords are incredibly easy to guess, and it could take less than a second or two for attackers to break into accounts using these credentials. Only 44% of those recorded were considered unique. The top 3 most used passwords are 123456, 123456789, and password. Okay, now to the Pacers. The team welcomed a new player. The Blue and Gold picked Cassius Stanley in the second round of the NBA draft. Stanley tweeted a photo overnight of him wearing a Pacers hat. He says he can't wait to join the team. And one of his new teammates officially welcomed Stanley as well. Overnight, Victor Oladipo tweeted, "Welcome to the family." Stanley played 1 year at Duke as guard. During that time, he scored just under 13 points a game. He also was selected to the ACC All-Freshman team. Stanley is known for his ups. Boy, he can jump. Last year, he went viral for beating Zion Williamson's vertical leap record. And the Pacers tweeted a video showing Stanley working on his jump, doing some dunks there on the court. You can find that on Twitter. Just look at the Pacers handle. And all day today, Wish TV is teaming up with Second Helpings to feed people in need. It's the Gr8 Pasta Push. We've told you about this. We're asking for your support so they can continue their mission. You can donate money or pasta. All morning long, Geico will double your cash donation. Geico is matching all donations up to $10,000. To donate, all you have to do is go to wishtv.com/pasta. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.